Kemono Jihen Explained, plus Kemono Jihen Review. 5 facts about Kemono Jihen. I'll be going over some background information, history, facts, and the premise or introduction to the series, so I'll only mention things from the first 2 episodes. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Fact number 1. Kemono Jihen is a Japanese comic or manga series written and illustrated by Sho Aimoto. It's a shonen, supernatural and action series with mystery and demons. So if you like stuff like Demon Slayer, Bleach and Jujutsu Kaisen, then definitely check this out. Some even compared it to Bungo Stray Dogs. Some people say that Kemono Jihen is a shonen seinen because it does get quite dark, bloody and epic, which is awesome. Kemono Jihen is also known as monster incidents. The word kemono, translated from Japanese into English, would mean beast, which I guess can also refer to a demon or a monster. The word jihen would mean incident, so yeah, that's why together it's referred to as monster incidents. Anyway, the Kemono Jihen manga is published by Shueisha. It's in Shueisha's Jump Square magazine. The Jump Square magazine is not as popular as Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine, so that could be one of the reasons why Kemono Jihen is currently less popular and less spoken about than the other series published by Shueisha. And the fact that it doesn't have an official English translation available yet is definitely underrated in my opinion. It started serializing in the Jump Square magazine ever since December 2016, so it's been going on for over 4 years. It's a much older series than you might think. There are currently 12 volumes out, and it currently has over 40 chapters and is still ongoing. The reason why there aren't that many chapters is because it comes out monthly rather than weekly. So yeah, the manga comes out monthly just like the Attack on Titan manga. This could also be one of the reasons why it took over 4 years for them to give us an anime adaptation of it. After the anime came out, the manga sales have gone up a lot though. It actually ranked number 9 on the weekly Oricon sales ranking. This was only after the first 1 or 2 episodes came out, which is awesome. So it definitely is starting to get more and more popular, and rightfully so. It really deserves more attention. Fact number 2. The Kemono Jihen anime series started airing from January 2021. It aired on Tokyo MX, YTV and BS11. It's set for only 12 episodes this season, but hopefully we'll get a season 2 later on. The anime production is by the studio called Ajiado Animation Works. To be honest, this is the first time I heard of this studio, so I guess this ain't really a popular studio. The anime is well animated though. It is licensed by Funimation, so you can watch it there. You can also watch it on other places too, depending on where you're from. We have a lot of big anime sequels and titles that are ongoing at the same time as Kemono Jihen, which could be one of the reasons why the Kemono Jihen anime series isn't getting the attention it deserves yet. We have a lot of stuff going on this season of Winter 2021. I mean, we have the final season of Attack on Titan, ReZero Season 2 Part 2, The Promised Neverland Season 2, Dr. Stone Season 2, Slime Season 2 and other big sequels going on right now. We even have some really good new anime series like Jujutsu Kaisen popping off. This season is really packed with some awesome anime. Because of all this stuff going on this season, could be one of the reasons why this series is not getting the attention it deserves. I'm just hoping this series doesn't get buried in the shadows of the other anime, and more people are aware of this series. Fact number 3. The main character's real name is Kabane Kosaka. He is also known as Dorotabo. He is voiced by Natsumi Fujiwara, so he has the same voice actor as Abigail Jones from the Great Pretender anime. Kabane is introduced as a young 13-year-old boy who lives in a village. He has been there ever since he was a baby. He doesn't live with his parents. He was brought up and raised there by his auntie, Mrs. Kosaka. He also lives there with his cousin Yataro. Yeah, so he lives with his cousin Yataro and Yataro's mum, which is Kabane's auntie. She is Kabane's mum's older sister. He was told that his parents abandoned him there, so he was brought up feeling a sense of abandonment. However, this is later put on question whether he was actually abandoned by his parents or not. Anyway, unlike his cousin and the other children, he doesn't go to school. Instead, he works in the fields every day. He is shunned by his peers and they say that he smells. None of the others at the inn ever eat their meals with him. He gets covered in dirt and manure from working in the fields, but that's not actually the real reason or the only reason that he smells. His cousin, who has been with him ever since he was a baby, even mentions that he must have been born with his awful body odor. This must be referring to his kemono mask, since Kabane isn't actually fully human. He's also a kemono. He's called a hanyo, the child of a human and a ghoul, a bloodless demon. He's also called an immortal demon that feels no pain and doesn't have blood. He also lacks with regard to emotions. He's basically fearless. He's actually really OP. Kemono have a smell that they give off, since they aren't human or they aren't fully human, so they give off a smell that they need to cover up with spray. Because of his smell and him working in the fields, they don't call him by his real name, Kabane. Instead, they give him a bad nickname. They call him Dorotabo. Dorotabo actually refers to a yokai or something that lives in the mud or fields, a mud spirit, so they call him with this bad name. Ever since Kabane was a baby, he had a special stone necklace on him. He says that it probably belonged to his parents. It's called a life stone. It actually keeps him under control and keeps him in his normal human form. It prevents him from transforming into his demon-like form. It prevents his monster-specific thirst from manifesting so that he doesn't impulsively go attacking people. As long as he has that stone, he can remain a person. There seems to be something more about this life stone that they haven't revealed yet. Yeah, so Kabane is actually very powerful. Even when he's not transformed, he is still very strong. I mean, he can pull a deer monster's head off with his bare hands. Now that's just epic. Fact number 4. Another very important character from episode 1 is Inugami Kohachi. He is voiced by Junichi Suabe, so he has the same voice actor as Ryomen Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. Inugami comes from the city Tokyo to the village as a detective. He's actually also not really a human, he's a kemono. He also needs to use the spray to cover the kemono musk smell. He has a tail, and he had some sort of shape-shifting ability. We actually see him conjure up a pistol with his fingers, and also harden his body up like steel, which is really cool. He calls himself a Bakedanuki, but the average person won't know about all of that since he keeps it a secret. He says he is like a detective that specializes in the occult, and that he is here on an investigation. He was called to come to the village by Kabane's auntie for a reason. She tells him about the bodies of the livestock animals rotting away overnight. She didn't tell the children about these incidents because she didn't want them to get scared and stop going to school. But Kabane knows about these incidents that have been taking place. He knows because he has been tasked with disposing of the bodies. He mentions how many of them died, many chickens, and he mentions that it looks like something monsters would do because all the bodies had their organs chewed up. These monster incidents seem to take place every new moon, which is basically like every month. Kabane thinks this since he noticed that every time he disposes of the bodies is always straight after the new moon takes place. Anyway, Inugami is the guy who tells Kabane that he was not abandoned by his parents and that there must be some reason why his auntie had to take him in. He even asked Kabane if he would like to meet his parents. If they're alive, he may be able to track them down since he is a detective. Kabane has never thought about that before, so at first he is not sure, but he thinks that he may want to meet them. Things do change a bit later on though. Anyway, Inugami befriends Kabane and tells him the real bigger reason he was hired to come to the village. It was actually to kill Kabane since his auntie knows who or what he really is. And with these incidents going on, he's the likely suspect, but it really isn't him. Inugami kinda takes advantage of this situation, and he basically just goes along with it and fakes Kabane's death to his auntie and just takes Kabane with him to his office. And the journey begins from there. Kabane will now help Inugami uncover the truth behind the incidents and the killings as they discover the world of Kemono, while Inugami will also try to help him find and meet his parents. But it's not as simple as that, because there are other big forces that are at play. Fact number 5. There are also other awesome characters and Kemono that are introduced later on. At the end of episode 1, we are introduced to 2 other young Kemono who work under Inugami. We have Shiki Tademaru. Shiki is actually a hanyo like Kabane. He uses silk and can make webs and stuff like spiders. He's basically like Spider-Man. Shiki has some similarities with Bakugo from My Hero Academia, but he does have his differences. He seems a lot more toned down. He actually has the same voice actor as Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. Then we have Akira. Kabane straight up calls Akira a pretty girl, with a straight face with no real emotions showing on his face. But Akira states to be a boy, not a girl. We don't know what kind of Kemono Akira is yet from the first 2 episodes, but Akira always seems to be scared, kind of like Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, which should make anyone hyped and intrigued to see Akira's real powers. Akira is voiced by Ayumu Murase, which is the same voice actor as Luck Voltia from Black Clover. We also see more awesome characters later on, as you can see in the trailers, the opening and the ending. We have Yoko Inari, aka Superintendent Inari. Then we have Kon, aka Good Girl. Then we have Mihai Florescu, aka the tech zombie guy. Then we have Nobimaru, aka Homuramaru Nowaki. And that's all of them that they've shown so far. Anyway, if this video does well, I might do more Kemono Jihen videos. So let me know if you guys want to see me do any other Kemono Jihen videos or a similar video like this for any other ongoing anime. And let me know if you are watching and enjoying Kemono Jihen. This is Anime Talks 101, so let's talk about it. Comment down below, I want to know your thoughts.